Welcome back to another edition of Madden 2022 on the PC. Can an old dog learn new tricks? I'm going to do an exhibition game against the New York Jets. Now, I'm probably going to do a franchise series, but they talk about a lot of the important parts of the franchise things are not going to be available until probably September. There's a big patch coming out, so and they said that your franchises will have to be reset then. So I'm not going to waste a lot of time and effort into developing a franchise, and I'm just going to have to delete when a patch comes out. Plus, I like to wait until all the final roster cuts and things have been made and play with the actual rosters that we'll see. Plus, I need to practice. Like I said, I haven't played Madden since 2007 when they took a hiatus from the PC. I'm not a console gamer. The funny thing is I actually do have a PS4 and a PS3, but if you combine the total amount of gaming on them, combined since the PS3 came out, it'd be less than 20 hours. I was going to say, I used to play Fight Night Champions a lot, and I used to play the NCAA football game a lot on the PS3. And it's funny, I got the PS4 and I don't know, I just never played it. The NCAA football went away, and there was just nothing on the PS4 that I was interested in that I couldn't get on the PC.
It's Ryan Fitzpatrick. And I think by now we know what we're going to get with Ryan Fitzpatrick. Veteran savvy, a ton of know-how, and the enthusiasm for playing and teaching the game.
People could say what they want about Madden, as far as, like I said, I'm just getting into the game. The one thing I do have to say, though, is at least visually, it's astounding. It looks amazing.
Second to none. But he also has a bit of a tendency to be a loose cannon with the football.
It looks amazing. It's wow. But unfortunately, great looking games don't necessarily mean great playing games. And so I think we see that a lot in the modern, gaming or gaming studios. They focus more on eye candy and making games look as as beautiful as they can while ignoring gameplay. Look for Scary Terry on a quick slant here.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
I was going to say the slant's probably my favorite. I'm going to do a runoff tackle. Slant's probably my favorite route to run in game, just because it's the simplest read, and even a dummy like me will rarely throw an interception on such a basic pattern.
It's Gibson, and very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
What?
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly. I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the
Goes my favorite short yardage play, the fullback dive. Even though we don't have a fullback, we got a tight end playing.
On 3rd and short to give to the tight end. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down.
I'm surprised the Washington football team doesn't have a fullback on the roster. As far as Scott Turner's system is based off his father's, and Norv Turner always used fullbacks. Darryl Johnson, in Washington we had Mike Sellers, things like that. He always worked with a fullback, but I don't know. I guess just fullbacks aren't considered worthy.
To throw, Fitzpatrick. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. 7 yards, the pickup there. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there. Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well.
Got to have an over-under contest on how many passing plays can I run before I throw my first interception.
On second down, a run with Gibson. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So I don't know, should I stay with Washington's playbook, or are just some playbooks better than others?
From the gun, Fitzpatrick. Thomas has got it.
Oh, man.
And he coughed it up, and it's scooped up by the Jets. There he goes, right side. Past the 20. And he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown.
Yay.
And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand. That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that? I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that's a great play for that.
So when the computer calculates fumbles, it does it off something called a random number generator. It's when defensive player A hits offensive player B, it rolls a number. And if that number falls within the fumble range, the players fumble. And so, remember when I was playing World of Warships, that particular game is literally totally 100% RNG dependent. Every time you fired a salvo, it was, you had no control on whether you really hit or not. It was all, whatever the RNG was. And, it was funny. There were 2 guys that played it in closed beta. One of them had a username of RNJesus Giveth, and his buddy was RNJesus Taketh Away. So I thought those 2 guys were some of the funniest, and had the funniest, catchiest names.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. The tackle made there by Jared Davis. No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside.
I used to love this play back in old versions.
They also have to have interest in the running game as well. They did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground. Looking to go back to Thomas again, and that takes us from second to third down. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. Lines up and lets it go for Samuel.
Oh, he was there.
It looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And the Jets will take over.
All right, now, if things go, according to the, as I call it, the scripting behavior that I've noticed in Madden, the Jets should go right down the field and score here. It won't matter. It won't really matter what I do. However, the fact that they already scored on defense, that may change that scripting. But I highly doubt it. I bet you they'll march right down the field and score, and there won't be anything at all I can do about it.
And rookie quarterbacks like Zach Wilson could really benefit from having a strong tight end, and the Jets are hopeful that Chris Herndon can accelerate his play. A nice catch there. Now Wilson on first down. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good pickup there, 8 yards.
Makes me mad seeing Morgan Moses, number 78, over there at right tackle. For whatever reason, the football team had him under contract for a reasonable amount for the next 2 years. And he was very versatile. He could play. He played left tackle a little bit last year, during an injury. Did a really good job. And, he wasn't the best right tackle, but he was certainly in the top half. And for whatever reason, I don't know if it was his request, but yeah, they released him, for seemingly no reason.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. Keelan Cole, the intended target, but it's going to be.
He wound up signing a 1-year, deal with the Jets.
But getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Now we've got, granted, we have a rookie, Sam Cosme, who's stepping in. He's probably going to be our starting right tackle, but it's always been my opinion that if you get rid of one player who's pretty good and just replace him with another player that you got in the draft, you're standing pat. You're not improving your team. Third and 13. I'm going to go nickel.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll drop this down to Johnson underneath. He can only
shocking they didn't go right down and score.
And that is not near enough. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield. Forced to get it to
go for the block just because there's going to be no return here.
And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back. Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? Back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it? And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
So Scary Terry, I'm going to have to read that outside linebacker right there. See what he does.
To throw is Fitzpatrick.
Oh.
That one caught by the tight end.
I hate when I do that. I don't have the buttons memorized. It's not muscle memory for me yet. And I was trying to throw to Scary Terry there, pushed the wrong button on the controller. Has that ever happened to you?
Because number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it. And occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves. From the 24, Fitzpatrick looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do.
Don't seem to have any really good medium passing plays.
As the defense was able to react quickly. 3rd and short yardage. Fitzpatrick.
Oh.
Nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least
I was trying to get the ball to Samuel in between the window of, when he breaks off the corner and before he gets to the linebacker, there's that window there.
And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
With the animations, I just can't get the ball to go there as quickly as I want it to.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy? I know the speed is.
I gotta look up. I wonder what happened to Le'Veon Bell. I'm pretty sure the Jets cut him. Didn't catch on to anybody.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. He'll drop this down to Coleman. They get 6.
I always thought it was funny. That dude thought he was just so great. And, he was amazing when he was in Pittsburgh, but I think that was more of a function of being surrounded by a whole lot of talent. And, remove that massive amount of talent around from him, and yeah, he didn't even average probably 3.5 yards a carry.
Now Wilson. Out to the flat here for Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. How about Jonathan Allen there pushing upfield to make the stop behind the line? This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really
Wonder
get
if
started. The offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
I know last year they were talking about in the videos I watched on Madden 2021. They said that zone coverage was basically worthless. That man was the only defense that worked. I wonder if it's the same in 22.
Positive play because that was a take what you can get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on third down. They'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Drops it off for Coleman. And he is going to have a Jets first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on third down and 5. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety rolling into position almost had it, but it's second down. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage.
Yeah, it would have been nice to have an interception there.
Lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on. Herndon's got it complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down. When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down.
This is what I'm talking about with scripting.
Just jump on and hold
His entire offensive line just does an Olay block, and he's immediately running for his life. And then, yeah, sure enough, you know, he can find a guy who's covered real tight, but yeah, he can put the ball exactly where it needs to be. So, you know, once again, I just feel like, you know, as soon as they got the ball, the computer determined that they were going to score. And there's literally nothing you can do about it. So, I mean, I honestly believe that, you know,
exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones.
There would not, you know, I bet you if you coached where you didn't control anything and just pick plays and then actually, you know, and then let that run out for a game and then did it where you actually played, I bet you there wouldn't be much of a difference. I believe that the outcome of plays are literally picked by a random number generator. It will determine, you know, how many yards you're going to get, this, that, whatever. And, you know, your inputs have little or no impact at all in the execution of the play.
They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far. Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit. Maybe featuring other people touching it.
Because it's clear with EA, like, yeah, they don't really care about, you know, making a good game. The only thing they care about is creating modes that people are going to spend real life money on Madden points for their MUT team.
Fitzpatrick.
And things like that.
A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half. No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard. Fitzpatrick to throw it. And he will not be able to get to the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions. And now
so then I wouldn't be surprised too. Is like there's probably a internal counter that tracks your account, that tracks how much money you've spent on Madden points and things like that, and it will then give you bonuses to your random number generator. So I would be willing to bet that the more money you spend on this game, the better the RNG will be, and your players will seemingly play better. So that will, literally allow people to buy wins online, and so they see that when they start spending points on Madden packs and Madden points. They start spending all this money, and then boom, all of a sudden they start winning games online, and it just reinforces the behavior. They're like, wow, I spent $100 and my win rate went up by 20%. What if I spend another 300?
That's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them.
And I saw a video of some guy who spent 5 hours opening Mutt Team packs trying to get Derrick Henry. That was his player. And so, if Jesus, if he spent real money, to buy enough packs that it took 5 hours for him to get his guy. I was going to say it's douchebags like that have, ruined gaming for everybody. People ask, well, why is Madden why is it so crappy year after year after year? Some people will say, well, EA has an exclusive license. They don't have to worry about competition. They've gotten lazy. I don't think that's it. I mean, I really believe it's the fact that the Madden community keeps buying this game, no matter how bad it is, year after year after year. And then, spending hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on spending hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on, Mutt packs. Why would EA even bother trying to make a better game? If they know people are just going to keep buying it and spending, insane amounts of money on a crappy game, why fix it? It's the same thing with, I played World of Warships from closed beta up until they did their CD relaunch. And, wargaming is, one of the most predatory developers out there. It was like they are terrible. That game is literally, pay to win. And, there are girls out there that have spent, $7,000-8,000 on that game. And the game is absolute trash. And, wargaming has no reason to fix it or make it a better game, because why should they? Morons are just going to keep dumping cash into it. So as gamers go, we are our own worst enemy. I came from, what I call the golden era of gaming, probably the late 80s to the late 90s. And so, I remember when you would buy a game you would buy a game and it would come in a nice box with great artwork on it. You would open it up and there would be fold out maps, there would be posters, there would be 50, 60, 70 page color manuals with all kinds of things on it. I mean, you got a lot for what you paid for. And slowly, over the years, that just kept going away more and more. And as the consumer, we never push back on that. And, now you buy games, you get a jewel case and a link online to, manuals and materials. You get nothing. And did the cost of gaming go down? Of course not. The cost of gaming went up. And so we're paying more for less than what we used to do. But, like I said, as the consumer, we only have ourselves to blame for that.
Coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's got to be feeling pretty good, playing well. Team has the lead, so just looking to mount a drive here that ends in the end zone.
And all quarterbacks will tell you, hey, we love a running game, helps us out. But at the end of the day, they want to rely on their arm. Throw the football, feel good about things, keep things moving in the right direction. Right now, that's exactly what we're seeing.
And we'll see if that continues.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch.
Once again, I'll bring up the disclaimer on simulation football. Zach Wilson's a rookie, and against one of the best defenses in the league, he's playing like he's Tom Brady in his 10th year. He's missed 2 passes.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And Davis has it over the middle. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. To throw again on second down. Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Wilson will throw again. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And the return stops at the 30.
Well, bummer. I guess the only chance I had for a touchdown was if he ran it back.
The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have
the absolute best defense the Jets can have is putting my offense on the field.
Hold the safety so you can get back to the
Scary
throw that you
Terry.
really wanted to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
That one is slant to McLaurin. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 13 yards there on a Washington first. Fitzpatrick now. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Washington now going to use the
I hate that when you push a button trying to get through a cutscene, and you do it like exactly when it's transferring anyway, and
this is first and goal and a golden
and you wind up accidentally picking a play.
Before halftime. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick.
No, that's going to end the video for today. Apparently, you cannot teach a new dog or an old dog new tricks, but I will keep playing exhibition games.